It is 5:30 on Tuesday, May 19, 2026. I call this regular meeting of the Kingsville Independent School District to order. We will have roll call. Joe Mireles. Brian Kufal. Here. Martin Chapa. Here. David Garcia. Here. Jacob Perez. Here. Delma Salinas. Here. And Joseph Ruiz here. Let the record show that there is a quorum of board members present and that this meeting has been posted in accordance with Government Code Chapter 551, State of Texas Open Meetings Act. We move now to a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We now move on to item number 4, public participation. Do we have anyone that wishes to address the board?
Yes, sir, we have one, Michael Davila, in reference to naming the tennis court.
Okay. Coach Davila, how you doing, sir? Come on up.
Am I good?
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, President Ruiz, Superintendent Dr. Luz Martinez. My name is Mike Davila. I am the former HMK or KISD Athletic Director and the current Bishop CISD Athletic Director. I'm coming before you because when I was here at KISD, I met an amazing coach who served here for 41 years. He's just entering into retirement, Ed Gonzalez. Ed Gonzalez and I were partners in crime, if you will, at the beginning of every day. I picked his brain. We became really, really good friends. And one of the missions that I told him, I said, when you retire, I am going to do whatever it takes to try to get these courts named after you. I'm here just to put that in your brain and kind of, hopefully make it an action item in the future. I don't know what that process is, but I will continue to research and possibly reach out to you guys to get that done. Ed served here obviously for 41 years. He had 25 regional appearances, 20 plus district champions, three state appearances. But Ed was a great human being. 2 years ago, there was an article wrote about him in the Kingsville Record, and it was called King of the Court, and talked all about Ed and his family. Not once did they mention any type of stats, and he has some great stats. If you ever go into his trophy room in the back little garage, he has trophies up and down that room, which is just a representation of what he's done for 41 years. Every summer he had a camp. He had 40 plus kids that go through his tennis camp. If you like tennis, didn't like tennis, he was going to make you fall in love with tennis because he was going to give you, from the first time you step on to the last time, he was going to give you everything he had. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I just wanted to kind of remind, you guys know Ed, but just kind of remind you of the person that he is and that he was and who he represents. And he is an athletic director's dream. That guy would run his program, never had a parent complaint, did everything by the book, ran a solid program, and was just a good human being. So with that said, I will continue to do research. I will talk to you guys. I will talk to whoever I need to, but I would like to make this a future action item to rename the HMK tennis courts the Ed Gonzalez tennis courts. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Is there anyone else who wishes to address the board? Okay, hearing none, moving on to action, or item number 5, recognitions. Item 5A, recognition of the 2026 Spring Chess Tournament winners. Can be found on pages 3 and 4. Dr. Pitts.
Good evening, Mr. Ruiz, Dr. Martinez, members of the board. This year, I did want to say that I got to work with Harvey one-on-one, and I really enjoyed that this year. But we had a chess tournament where all the schools participated, and they came and they were in this boardroom right here, and there were just a sea of kids playing chess. All of them played 7 different matches, and they came and then they won, and then some of them lost, and then they came back, and you could just see the excitement in their faces, and it was just such a joy to watch, and they've been working so hard this year, and we would like to recognize the winners for this chess tournament right now. So when I call your name, if you could please come up to the front, and we'll wait up there, and then we'll take a picture once we have all the chess winners. So 2nd grade, we have Christian Benavides from Pettis Elementary School. We have Leah Albright, also from Pettis Elementary School. Third grade, Feliciano Pettis from Pettis Elementary School. Fourth grade, Charlie Valdez from Harvey Elementary School. Fifth grade, we have Andrew Sanchez from Harrell Elementary. Go up to the front. Fifth grade, we have Cash Valdez from Harvey Elementary. Fifth grade, David Cavazos from Harrell Elementary. And then secondary, we have in the beginner division, Susana Dos Amantes from HMK High School. In the intermediate division, Daniel Pena from Gillette Middle School. And then in the advanced division, we have Steven Salinas. And one more in the advanced division, Antonio Castillo. Let's give them all a round of applause. Oh, yes, and sorry, the sponsors, if I have any sponsors here, please come on up as well. So I see Ida Alaman from Pettis Elementary and Yesenia Nieto from Harrell Elementary.
Three, two, one.
Congratulations.
Now we'll move on to item 5B, recognition of Kingsville Brahma track and field area qualifiers, district champs and state qualifiers, Mr. Ruben Flowers and Ms. Kennedy Barron.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? We good? We had a crazy track season. The kids really worked hard. It was fun watching them compete at practice. We started, I think, in November, and a lot of them had started practice or doing double sports. They were up at practice at 6 o'clock in the morning. We've had to take buses at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. And just for them to get where they were, I'm super proud of them. So what we'll do is, come on guys, come on up, come on. So I'm gonna address everyone that's up there, and I'll try to shout out the people that aren't here, but let's take care of the ones that are here first, okay? So my guy, Mr. Jordan Buck, step up. Jordan is a freshman. He was the district champ in the triple jump. He made it to regionals in the high jump and the triple jump as a freshman. Amari, step up. Amari was part of our 4x1 district championship team. He was the lone freshman on that group. And then when they made it all to the regionals, the 4x1. And then when we got to regionals, our team kind of fell apart a little bit. And I asked Amari, I said, look, it's up to you if you want to run it, because you'll be the last remaining member. He was like, I want to compete, coach. And so as a freshman, he got to run anchor. Did you run anchor? No, I changed it. You got to run second leg. And for me, second leg is the most important leg because it's the longest leg, how we run our relays. So a freshman got to go on the most important part of our relay in the 4x1 that made it to regionals. Congratulations, Mark. We're gonna pass that scrub in the middle real quick. We're gonna go to the other freshman. Come on, step up, Mrs. Aria. So Mrs. Aria was part of our 2 relays that broke 50. She's part of the school record 4x1 relay team. She, as a freshman, was 3rd in district. She also made it to regionals in the 100. And she was on the 4x2 and the 4x1 area qualifiers. Jayla was also part of our relay team that, again, went under 50 twice and broke the school record. She also went to regionals in the long jump. And thing about Jay is last year she tore her ACL, I believe, playing soccer, right? No, flag football, right? She tore her ACL playing flag football. And beginning of the season, she started off, she was kind of like sluggish, she was kind of afraid a little bit. And we finally figured out what triggered her, and she got all the way to regionals in the long jump. Good job, Mom. Come on, Miss Alexa. So Miss Alexa for district was our relay demon. Okay, she was on the 4x1 and the 4x2. She was part of the 4x1 that broke the school record, as well as the other one that went under 50. And there's 5 of them that are part of that group, and the reason that they're all 5 going to be on the record board and all 5 on the baton that they signed is because they worked as a team, and no one thought they were bigger than the team. And so sometimes I had to move Alexa around. She ran anchor, she ran first leg, she did whatever. I had to pull her off, right? And she took everything with a grain of salt, and she ran with it. And at the end, she had one of the best legs at regionals, right? That was the second time the girls ever went under 50. So congratulations, Mom. All right, come on, Miss Monica. One of my children. Jesus love it. No, I'm just kidding. But no, so Monica was hurt 75% of the season. Yeah, she hurt herself, her hamstring, because she don't know how to warm up properly. But that's a Coach Ken thing. But she fought, and we fought each other because she wanted to come back. I told her, you're not ready. We need you to try to get to regionals, try to get to state. She ran a relay at 75% that ended up breaking the school record for the first time. And after that, I was like, Monica, we just got to get you healthy. We can get through district. You guys can make it, but they need you. They need you to make it. She's like the mama hen on the team. She kind of took care of everybody. She was also our trainer too. So she was taping people up and then trying to run, and it was just a mess. I was like, how are you going to? Oh yeah, she was saying that, like, how are you going to train people when you're the one hurt? So, but Monica, like I said, Monica was part of the 4x1s that made it to regionals and broke school record. All right, now Christian, step forward. So Mr. Inconsistency himself, and I say that with all due respect because he started the season off, I think, running 23 or something in the 200. I almost body slammed him a couple times. He ran, I think, 11.3 in the 100, and I was like, son, that's just not going to cut it. And so I think after spring break, I think he kind of figured it out. We went to a meet in San Antonio, and he had broke 11 for the first time this year. And after that, his demeanor kind of changed a little bit. And so he went through district like he should. So he got first in the 100, first in the 200. He was on the 4x1 team. He swept that. Then he went to area, first in the 100, first in the 200, first in the 4x1. And then we're getting to regionals, and I'm like, as a dad / coach, I'm super nervous because I'm like, I know he can run fast, but it's Christian, so I think he's an anime character. So one day he may be good, and the next day no clue. So he makes it to the finals at both of the regional runs. He ended up not running the 4x1 because we wanted to save his legs a little bit. And so the 100, he goes out in the finals and probably runs the worst 100 of his whole life. And his start was so bad. And I was like, oh, this is it. This is doomsday for him. Last meet. But he found something at the end of the race where the last 50, he really came on strong and got third at regionals in the 100. So it started off bad and ended up pretty good. And then we came back, and our trainer's not here, but Coach Bonner did an excellent job getting them ready. We come back to the track. I'm like, how you feeling? Classic Christian fashion. I'm like, all right, that doesn't help. And then he runs the 200 of his life to qualify for state. He runs 21.3, which is a school record. And then at state, he ended up getting fifth. So congratulations, sir. I think Christian is part of 4 or 5 school records that we have. The 100, the 200, the 4x1, and the 4x2. Yeah, so he has 4 school records. 4 school records. All right, Superwoman, step up. Not much to say about JB unless if you already don't know. She's one of the kindest people, and this is not even on the track. You see her, she does the announcements at the high school. She's just a leader all the way around. She's one of the best people to be around. And she's also a monster on the track. She won 5 gold medals at district, so the 100, the 200, the 100-meter hurdles, the triple jump, and the long jump. She also has those school records, so she has 5 of those school records. She has the district record. She has the area record. And so she won 5 golds at area as well. And she won 4 golds in the 3rd place at regionals, and she qualified for state in all 5 events. She has a regional record in the 100-meter hurdles. And then we get to state. And state, I was a train wreck because it was a lot. We knew she had a lot on her legs. She goes out there. We hadn't practiced long jump. She jumps 18:10, which is her second furthest jump of all time. It sets her fourth at state in the long jump. Then we get to the triple jump, which we had already said was going to be our throwaway event because she's not very good at it, but her not very good still got her to state. So there's that. And then we took a little break, and then we got to the biggest race for her, which was the 100-meter hurdles. And the whole time, one of our competitors, who's going to the University of Georgia, that she had lost to last year, she was looking pretty good in the long jump and stuff. And I was like, oh, here we go again. We're gonna get back to the thing, and she's gonna lose it to second place again. But she didn't. She went ahead and won the 100-meter hurdles, and she has the second fastest time in the country this year. Then she backdoored that 20 minutes later and ran the 100 and was second in the 100. So that was a pleasant surprise for us. And then her last event, I felt so bad. She got around the corner. It was a 200. She got around the corner and it just looked like an elephant jumped on her. She went from first to like fifth, like real quick. And I was like, well, 5 events, that'll do it to you. But super proud of her. She also now holds, even though she didn't want to accept it because it was wind aided, but I don't care. I'm going to say it. She holds the state record at the state meet in the 100-meter hurdles as well. So will be on the state meet for a long time because that is one of the fastest hurdle races that I've ever seen. So since I took up so much of your time, I apologize for that, but I'm super excited about the future of these kids. They're going to grow. They're going to get better. Our team was mainly consisted of freshmen and sophomores. So a lot of them are coming back, and I expect the same kind of abilities. Okay. But like I said, it was a great season. We had over 20 area qualifiers. We had over 20 15 regional qualifiers. Like I said, we had 2 state finalists and 1 state champ. So it's a heck of a season for us. Thank you, guys.
Maybe scooping a bit. Actually, just because you have the balloons, JP, be in the center.
One more.
Scooting a bit more down right here. You guys can scoot a little bit more down. They're right there. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Definitely the best part of any school board meeting is celebrating our students. So congratulations to the chess team and the track team. Great job. We now move on to item 5C, recognition of the 2025-2026 Bus Driver of the Year, Ms. Ada Nava.
Good evening, Mr. Board President. Good evening, Mr. Board President, Superintendent Martinez, and board members. We are here to recognize 2025-2026 Bus Driver of the Year, and I will have Mr. Hugo Pilar give a little speech about our bus driver.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, board, Dr. Martinez, Mr. Reese. All right, today we are proud to recognize our bus driver of the year. Being a bus driver is more than just driving students to and from school. It's about ensuring safety, being dependable, and showing care and respect to every single student every day. This year's honoree has shown great commitment, professionalism, and a strong focus on student safety. They come to work ready to do their job, handle challenges with a positive attitude, and support our transportation team whenever needed. Their dedication does not go unnoticed. They set a great example for others and represent our district in a positive way. On behalf of the Transportation Department and Kingsville ISD, we thank you for your hard work and commitment. It is my honor to present the Bus Driver of the Year Award to Ms. Angela K. Montanez.
Thank you and congratulations. Yes. Right there. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations and thank you for taking care of our children. We now move on to item 6, and new business. Item 6A, Superintendent's update. Dr. Luz Martinez.
Good evening, Board President, board members, members of the public, administration, and distinguished guests here. First of all, let me start by saying that this has been a very interesting year. We have had a lot of changes, but a lot of reshifting priorities and ensuring that we understand the current situation here at Kingsville in terms of academic performance and what it's going to take to turn the district around. However, despite the challenges that we may have in the academics area, we are so very proud of our students and our staff because there is that misalignment. We see such greatness and so many wonderful things happening and being accomplished by our students. We just have to continue to work on the classroom, right? What's happening in the classroom and how our students are performing. And so we're going to continue to do that next school year. And I want to thank all the teachers, the staff, the custodials, the bus drivers, the cafeteria people, maintenance people, the board for their support and for the work, the tremendous work that has been taking place this year, and to continue to encourage everyone to stay the course, because what we do matters, and it matters for the students that we serve each and every day. And so we look forward to continuing next year. As you know, we will be starting school on Monday, August the 24th. So parents, please make sure that you plan ahead. We would like to see all students coming back to us on August the 24th. Yesterday, I sent a letter to every campus that includes some important information as well as a copy of the calendar so you can have it and display it at your house and plan for the rest of the school year. Attendance continues to be a priority for us, so please be reminded that we need the kids in school so that they can continue learning and growing together and enjoying each other's company as they socialize with friends and our staff. Summer school is going to start right away on June 1st through the 25th. It will happen Monday through Thursdays only. Remember, no summer school on Fridays, only Monday through Thursday. At the elementary school, students will go to Gillette Middle School and will happen between 7:30 and 2 p.m. And for the secondary level, they will all be at the high school from 8 to about 1:30 p.m. We will serve breakfast and lunch, and we have communicated with the students that may need additional support and interventions to please attend summer school so that we can help catch them up and get them ready for the next grade level. A reminder that the last day of school is this Thursday, the 21st, right? The 21st. And we will dismiss early as we normally do. So please plan ahead to ensure that your children go home and start their summertime. We look forward to getting together with all employees on Friday between 11 and 1 o'clock. We will have our end of the school year celebration at the high school. Let me see what else. Oh, very important, a reminder to all elementary school parents and students, as communicated throughout the school year. Next year, we will no longer have Perez and Harold being open for students. Instead, we will reopen Clayburg Elementary, where students from pre-K, kindergarten, first and second grade will be welcomed with open arms. And then third, fourth, and fifth grade students will attend Harvey. So again, please parents make a note that we will only have 2 schools that your children will attend in the district, pre-K through second at Clayburg and 3 to 5th at Harvey. We will be having an open house at both schools before school begins, and we will communicate this through the website and send communications to all the parents as well. And we look forward to welcoming our students to this to school. That is all that I have for today. The only thing that needs to be added is we were fortunate enough that in collaboration with the city of Kingsville, we were given the opportunity to get a grant that will allow us to develop a rain garden at Clayburg Elementary. And so I would like Ms. Nava to tell us about that project.
So this memorandum of agreement is through the Coastal Bend Bays and Estuary Program, and it is at no cost to the district, so it is free. But the goal of this project is to design, install a rain garden, a bioretention area to filter out pollutants, provide habitat for butterflies, songbirds, and other wildlife, and store excess carbon. They are designed to collect the rainwater from a roof, a driveway, a parking lot, a street, or other impervious surfaces, and allow time to soak into the ground. When planted with native grasses, shrubs, and flowering perennials, rain gardens are a cost-effective and beautiful way to enhance the proximate upland habitats for birds, butterflies, and other animals that are exclusive to our area. So it is designed based on our weather and our climate, and that way our students can also benefit. So the rain garden will also serve as an excellent on-campus educational resource for teachers, providing a space to conduct real-world, hands-on learning activities to reinforce Science TEKS curriculum at all grade levels. And this will be, again, free to us, and they will be coming in the first week of June, and it should take about 2 weeks to get it up and going.
We're very excited about that project and looking forward for our littles to continue to enjoy the rain garden. Last but not least, I want to invite everyone to celebrate with our class of 2026. Graduation is this Thursday, and we look forward to saying hasta luego to our seniors as they move into college, career, or military. That is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez. We now move on to item 6B, budget recap, check register for March 2026. Dr. Pitts.
Thank you, Mr. Reese. At the top of the check register, you see Acrisure. That is our property and casualty insurance that covers the buildings and contents if something were to happen due to a storm or other a catastrophe, and also the casualty insurance, which covers our vehicles, professional educated liability, and various other small insurances. The next one, Linebarger, is the one for our property value protest. So this is the one that every year when the Texas Comptroller appraises values and Claiborne County appraisals values, and they are significantly different from each other, we hire an attorney to try to close the gap. And it seems like a lot of money, but they have, by doing that, they gained $1.7 million of additional revenue for the school district. So definitely worthwhile, but again, they weren't able to close the gap all the way, so the school district is still losing funds. The other thing that I want to say is this is another reason why it's always so difficult to project how we're going to end up in the budget year, because this happens after the budget year is already over. The earliest we usually get an answer is close to the end of September of how we do on the property value protest. And again, in this case, it was a $1.7 million swing as far as our deficit is concerned. Then if you look at the last one, Claiborne County appraisal, that's something that we pay every quarter. Every district that collects taxes from its constituents must go ahead and pay proportionally to get the values appraised. I'll take any questions you might have.
Dr. Pitts,
Yes, sir.
we've got one there on the first page there, it's coming down to, is the $11,000. The annual maintenance agreement with Johnson Controls, what's that about?
So the chillers at the high school are big units that not very many vendors can work on. It needs to be someone that has the capability to work on those huge commercial units. And they have been breaking down quite a bit ever since inception. And this is something that we elected to do so that they come out several times a year and they test it, refill fluids. They try to make, it's preventative maintenance to make sure that they stay active and that it does not lead to more costly repairs.
Can you give me a copy of what we've spent, let's say, last year on the preventive maintenance and how old these chillers are?
Well, on preventative maintenance, well, with that particular vendor, that is what we spent for the whole year. That is a 1-year preventative maintenance agreement where they come out several times a year and check the chillers. But as far as, what was the other thing you asked for?
If you can give me how old these chillers are.
Yes, they would be from when the high school was built, so that would be, I would guess, around 12 years ago.
Is it just that particular chiller, the one at the high school?
We have 2 particular ones at the high school, and those are the ones that service, those service the whole main building. Well, there are a few parts of the main building that aren't on those chillers. The front office and the library aren't on those chillers, but they service most of the whole main building, the first and the second floor.
You said there's other companies that do come in and service them?
There are,
Besides Johnson?
Johnson is the one that does I think I need to check whether it's semi-annual maintenance where they come in and they refill all the liquids and check everything. But whenever there is an issue, if it is a major issue, we go out for bids on every single project. Others that would work on those chillers have been Texas Chiller Systems, has worked on those over the years. Quantum has worked on them. It's usually one of the companies that works on major HVAC units of commercial properties.
Thank you, Dr. Pitts. Mr. President, we can get a copy of that, of the last year, I'm sorry.
Sure, we can get that for us. Absolutely.
Thank you, Dr. Pitts.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. So this is not on any line item, but Mr. Garcia's question got me to think about, since we're closing 2 schools, do we have any
contracts that, for many of these companies that are charging us for by campus numbers or counts, that will probably decrease because we're not going to be servicing to.
There are several and again, they may not be on this particular list for this month, but there are several different, as we are looking at renewals for contracts for this next year, we are making sure that we are removing one campus from all of those renewals. Well, really removing Pettis and Harrell and adding on Claybrook, and that's being examined for all the renewals for next year.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, hearing none. We now move on to item, thank you, Dr. Pitts. Item 7, number 7, new business. The board will enter into closed session in accordance with Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.071 and 551.074 to deliberate and consider the following. Item 7A, by common consent, the board will consider as one action item the following approval: special meeting minutes of,
Mr. President, are you calling closed session prior to new business, or are we doing new business first? It's your prerogative to rearrange the agenda if needed, sir. I'm just clarifying for the record.
No, I apologize. I think maybe I misread. So we move on to new business. Thank you, Nick. Item 7A, by common consent, the board agrees to consider as one action item the following approval of special meeting minutes of May 5th, 2026, can be found on page 17 to 19. Is there a motion to accept those minutes? Motion made by Delma Salinas.
Second.
Second by David Garcia. By roll call vote, Joe Mireles,
Yes.
Brian Kufal,
Yes.
Martin Chapa,
Yes.
David Garcia,
Yes.
Jacob Perez, Delma Salinas,
Yes.
and Joseph Ruiz, yes. Motion passes 7-0. Item 7B, discussion of possible action regarding the memorandum of understanding between Right Start and Kingsville ISD. Dr. Joseph Welch.
Good evening, Board President Ruiz, Dr. Martinez, board members, and community. Here to present the memorandum of understanding between Right Start and Kingsville Independent School District. Background information: the purpose of this memorandum of understanding is to continue a community involvement program for local children and youth, and is a concurrent psychological and physiological investment in our community. This summer program has been serving KISD since 2023. The items addressed are the memorandum of understanding between Right Start and Kingsville ISD. The recommendation from administration is that the Board of Trustees approve the memorandum of understanding between Right Start and Kingsville ISD as presented. I believe you all do have the memorandum. Are there any questions I may answer for you prior to your decision?
No questions? Okay. Do I have a motion to accept the administration's recommendation for the memorandum of understanding between Right Start and Kingsville ISD? So moved. Motion made by Jake Perez.
Second.
Second by Delma Salinas. By roll call vote, Joe Mireles.
Yes.
Brian Kufal. Martin Chapa.
Yes.
David Garcia.
Yes.
Jacob Perez.
Yes.
Delma Salinas.
Yes.
And Joseph Ruiz, yes. Motion carries 7-0. We now move on to item 7C, discussion and possible action regarding the memorandum of understanding between Kingsville Independent School District and the Education to Employment Partners Post-Secondary Advisory Program. Dr. Welch.
Again, thank you, sir. This is a memorandum of understanding between Kingsville Independent School District and Education to Employment Partners Post-Secondary Advising Program. Prior to me making the recommendation, I have some very esteemed guests I would like to introduce to you that they wanted, I asked them to do a presentation to you about this program. But I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Stephanie Dotson, the Director of Post-Secondary Programs, Savannah Sandoval, and Marissa Ruiz, Post-Secondary Advisors at H.M. King, And I will say, I've had the pleasure of getting to know these young ladies for my time as interim, and they do a wonderful job and have really helped our kids. And so I wanted to give them an opportunity to take the stage to present to you what they do, and then I'll come back.
Thank you, sir. Perfect, thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity to get to visit with you. I met most of y'all last year. I'm Stephanie Dotson. I'm the Director of Post-Secondary Programs. Our Executive Director, Ann Black, was not able to attend with me this evening, but she gives her sorry that she wasn't able to be here. So I will get started with our first slide. As you can see, the students this year, our senior class of 2026, were able to go to a number of events this year. Savannah and Marisa will maybe mention a few of their tours and trips that they did attend, but I know they got to do some tours to Texas A&M Kingsville. They did some workforce tours. They got to go to Texas A&M Corpus. We just did a Hoggy Days, which is a unique event that our organization does that students are able to go to and actually go to an early orientation with Texas A&M Kingsville. The students attend and then they actually leave with an actual college fall schedule in hand prior to actually graduating from high school. So it's a super exciting event for them. And we do that to help break down barriers for those students. So they are able to actually go and matriculate once they cross that stage from high school going directly into college. So we're very excited about that. There's many other trips that the students have attended, and they'll be able to talk about that here in just a few minutes. But I wanted to mention that this partnership started back in 2022, where we had one advisor embedded, and what they do is they actually work to improve college career and military readiness, and they actually work with the students on doing their segmentation. They help the students throughout the process. So their goal is to help them throughout their high school senior year to do everything that they need to do in preparation for their graduation. So once those students get through high school and they cross that stage, they have everything in place so that they can make that next step into post-secondary. We want to help them. And our advisors do an amazing job that even throughout the summer, they're helping them work through those barriers so that there's nothing that gets in their way for those students to get into college if that's their area that they want to choose, or if they are going directly into the workforce, they're helping them get their job. If they need fire retardant materials, they help them locate those. We have different partners that help them secure those materials, or even tools that they might need. So they help them through all of that military. They help them with ASVAB. They help them with TSI. So a lot of different things that they do in preparation for that. We want all students to be successful in whatever segmentation or plan they have for their post-secondary goals. So of course, all of this boils down to data. Like how are these advisors helping the students? So I pulled up data, and of course I had to get it prior to board book and before the board. But our advisors are continuously working on it. So this is a little bit old data, so I'm going to give you the updated data that was pulled today. So on one-on-one meetings, our advisors do it once in the fall and once in the spring. So I send updated monthly reports to the superintendent, to the administrators on campus, to the counselors, so they stay updated on what's going on. And as we all know, students change their segmentation continuously. So that's why we have to do touch points throughout the year. We don't just do it once in the fall and then that's what you're gonna do, and so we've already set up your plan. We do it continuously. So they do 100% of one-on-one meetings with every student at least once, but many more times than that. And then in the spring, again, at 100%, but many more times than that. Post-secondary applications completed. So as of today, they were at 96.3 when I printed this, but it's at 97 today. So 97% of students have completed a post-secondary application.
Parent engagement was at 89.5, they're at 97.1. So they have made a touch point with the parent on a student's post-secondary plan with 97.1% of parents. When you look at post-secondary plan created, it's at 100%. So 100% of your 2026 students have a plan in place. They know what they're going to do, they have executed the plan, and they're going to get there. Financial plan created was at 96.6, and it's a 99.0% as of today. So 99.0% of your Kingsville graduates have a financial plan. They understand what a livable wage is. We don't want them just going into fast food and stopping there. We do know students go that direction, but we want them to understand that there's a process to move up in that field. We want them to understand, take those next classes that are offered to you. We want to get to managerial. We want to get to the regional director position. We want to move up. We want them to understand what a livable wage looks like. We want students going to college. We want them to understand how to pay for that and not walk away with a ton of loans. So how do you do that? And then FAFSA completion, I think this is amazing. We were at 92.3 on 514. Today, we're at 94.2. So these ladies continuously work. But more than that, your national average is sitting at 55.4% for FAFSA completion. State FAFSA results is at 65.0%. So compare that. What we want students, we know not every student's going to go to college, but we want every student to have the opportunity to go to college. That's the goal. We want every student to know they have that opportunity to do it, if that's the choice they want to make. So I'm going to pass the mic on to the ladies who actually do the hard work. I collect the data and I get to talk about it, but yes.
I have a question for you, Robert. I remember that there was some sort of financial incentive for completion of FAFSAs and Apply Texas, correct? That we can.
Correct. Yes, there's an outcomes bonus. Yes, sir. So when you look at outcomes bonus, that is looking at students who pass their TSI, so they're college ready. That's looking at your CCMR, so students who have really, the outcomes bonus ties into TSI and FAFSA and all of those. So you've got to look at those percentages. So putting all of those pieces together. So our advisors work with students who are college ready and then have those TSI pieces. So they have to be TSI ready in reading and math, or ELAR and math. That's the biggest piece for those outcomes bonus pieces.
Do we have any data on, I mean, monetarily speaking, 23, 24, 25, do we have anything that you can share with us on how much we?
I don't have that on me, I apologize, but I can definitely make sure and get that to you. I'm sorry, but I will definitely get that. Any other questions for me? So they're going to talk a few success stories, but they'll also share some more about the trips.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for having us. So this is just a couple of success stories that we did. It is something that is due to Miss Stephanie. Ours were early on. My student, Faith Hernandez, it was due in October. I picked Faith because she is a first-generation college student. She had some big dreams of wanting to study cosmetology. She did get accepted to both Del Mar and Coastal Bend. She wants to do level 1 to cosmetology certification. She completed her FAFSA, which is very important because she gets some assistance to help her go to college and do what she wants to do. At this point, when I submitted this, she was still undecided and trying to weigh out which one she wanted to go to, whether it was Del Mar College or Coastal Bend. She has decided on Coastal Bend College, and we did already sign up for orientation at the end of this month to meet with her advisor to register for her classes. Go down a bit, I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Savannah. I'm one of the advisors at the high school, and I chose Aricela Quinones. She was one of the students I helped apply. She was really persistent in the beginning of the year that she wanted to go to UTRGV because she would like to become a nurse. We got her applied. We created her apply Texas. We sent her transcript off, and she did get accepted. So she was very excited to get that acceptance in. She will be graduating with 4 certifications, so she does have some things on her belt already, and she's already been taking those courses, so she does have some experience in the nursing pathway with Mrs. McCoy. So I'm really excited for her, and she's really excited to attend UTRGV. We have not registered for orientation yet, but we are going to get her registered, and we will get her attending there in the fall.
Do you want to talk about some of the outside trips that y'all have taken that were not directly like within our local area?
Yes, we did go to Texas State University to take the students to San Marcos. This was the first time we got to take them a little more further than Coastal Bend or Del Mar or Tamuk. So they're very excited to go to that school and experience a bigger city. We do have multiple students that are going to attend there this fall, and they are very excited. Do you have any other trips that you would like to?
Besides the students that are going the college pathway, we did do some trips for our workforce students. We attended some career fairs, 2 of them this year. One of them that was hosted by Education to Employment Partners in Sinton. We took a total of 27 students just a couple of weeks ago. And the reason why they wanted to do it so late in May, from my understanding, was because they won't lose those contacts of already trying to get into that workforce with those, not to lose those contacts, it's already so close to graduation. We also took them to a career fair in Robstown where they met with multiple vendors of workforce there. There was over 100 vendors that were there. It was a very good experience for our kids. So we didn't just do it for our college-bound kids because like Stephanie mentioned earlier, we know not all the students are college-bound, but we do give the opportunity to all the students. Yes, resumes, mock interviews. We help students create resumes. We help the students whenever they are wanting to meet with their recruiter. Some of them come a little nervous. What is my recruiter gonna ask me? Oh, I'm loud. You can. Some of our students one of them in particular was very nervous about meeting her recruiter, so we gave her a couple of, we gave her a couple of pointers on, the Air Force recruiter might ask, well, why the Air Force? Why this branch versus this branch? So we gave her a mini interview there in the Go Center. So we want them to be able to go to feel that they can choose any path, not just college-bound, not just workforce, or not just the military. Whatever they want, we want to help them succeed. Any questions?
On behalf of the district and the board, I want to publicly thank you, Savannah and Marisa, because you do such great work. I mean, I'm impressed when I see you and when I hear the students talking about the help and the support that they receive from you. Thank you. Thank you for that. And as you said, there's something for every student, and we have to help each student discover what is their passion, right? What is their calling? So thank you for what you do for our students. Thank you very much.
Very much.
And so, again, spending the past 5 weeks at campus as the interim principal, I've known from afar what they do, but I've got to see them firsthand and the relationship between them and the school with, as they spoke about our IBC certification programs, and then helping our children really understand how to apply those and get their foot in the door has been wonderful. Getting back to this, the memorandum of understanding between Kingsville Independent School District and Education to Employment Partners, also known as E2E, Post-Secondary Advising Program. The background. The Post-Secondary Success Program operated by E2E is designed to increase the number of students enrolling and succeeding in post-secondary education, which includes colleges, vocational training, apprenticeships, military service. E2E will place an experienced, dedicated advisor on designated high school campuses who will provide mentoring and advisory services designed to prepare students to enter and remain in post-secondary education. The advisor will meet with all senior level students to help complete financial aid applications, identify scholarships, and grant opportunities and complete college applications, determine best fit college, and interpret financial award letters. Additionally, the advisor will help students learn about local labor market intelligence, identify education/career pathways, pursue internships or pre-apprenticeship opportunities, and complete career exploration activities. Items addressed: Memorandum of Understanding between Kingsville Independent School District and Education to Employment Partners, Post-Secondary Advising Program. The recommendation action: Administration recommends that the Board of Trustees approve the Memorandum of Understanding between Kingsville Independent School District and Education to Employment Partners, Secondary Advising Program. Any questions?
Yes, sir. And this may have to involve some other people because it kind of is historically based. If I recall, we entered into this program several years ago with a single advisor, and that advisor's role was basically to take a lot of this stuff off the plate of the counselors at the high school. And they did, and they've done an outstanding job, and I don't question that at all. I seem to recall in the beginning that when we entered into this, part of our financial arrangement was we paid some money up front and basically assigned the bonus money that was going to come back to ET2E. Is that correct, or are we getting some of that bonus allotment back?
Mr. Pitts, Dr. Pitts.
The outcomes-based bonuses, they're part of the allotments that we receive every year from TEA. They come directly to us. Now, we have not received any outcome-related bonuses, and the reason why is because you must be above a certain threshold. And even though we have had a certain number of students meet the criteria, you have to have above a certain amount for your special education students, above a certain amount for your economically disadvantaged students, and we have not realized that yet, being above the threshold.
Can you go into detail about the thresholds?
Yeah, because looking at those numbers that we just saw that were amazing, what can these thresholds possibly be?
They change a little bit every year. They are based on a certain percentage of students that you have. Maybe somebody else can shed a little more light based on those outcomes-based bonuses.
Good evening. So a portion of the outcome bonuses that we do have is based off of the percentages of students that pass our TSI exams. And so that is where the district has struggled a bit in meeting those percentages and where the outcome bonuses have fluctuated. So it is a two-part, and TSI does play a main role in that.
Do you know what our TSI pass rate, TSI pass rate is right
I can get that from you from the counselors, and I will bring that to you.
Doesn't TSI basically start many times even at a freshman or sophomore level, because you want those kids have to have the TSI before they can dual enroll?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And the numbers we saw were exclusive to the senior class, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we could have 100% of the senior class, 0% of the rest of the school, and that would be why we wouldn't be meeting this threshold.
That could be a possibility, yes. But TSI students are able to start taking it as early as even 8th grade.
And so then freshman year, they have multiple chances to take that throughout their high school career.
Do we encourage all the students to take it?
Yes, TSI has been pushed, especially this year. The counselors did do a major push for TSI, and it has been offered once a month. And so even offering that more regularly than they have before.
8th grade level?
At the 8th grade level, no, only at the high school level.
How about Springboard and our partnership with them, please?
So, there's a couple things we're doing with them as a partner, just coming in. So we are having a summer bridge program that we will use, Springboard curriculum to, start working and preparing our 8th graders to take that test this summer. So it's again, a preparatory program. We actually ended the school year this year with bringing that program into the high school. So all of our freshmen, sophomore, and juniors, at the end, we had a window, which is finishing up at the end of this week, that we're actually bringing that TSI prep math and reading back. So we did it in the math class, and we're doing it in ELA class, so that we can get them prepared to take TSI again this summer. And again, moving into next year, we're extending that partnership with them next year to build it into financial math at the high school, as well as, again, bringing it into our 8th grade algebra class and other classes throughout the course of the year, so that we're going to do a continuous preparation for it to allow them to take the test repeatedly over the course of the year, because our goal is to increase the number of students that meet the prerequisite requirement for TSA. I always get it backwards, TSIA test earlier, so that we can start reaching those goals and benchmarks.
And members of the public, we recognize that we do have work to do in terms of alignment and coherence between the programs that we have supporting our students. As you mentioned, there seems to be a disconnect between, if we have these numbers, then why are these other areas improving? And so one of the things that I realized when I met with the education to employment staff was that particular disconnect. And so we are committed to reorganizing, and we are going to be holding a summit in the summer in July to bring together college board and Springboard and Del Mar and college coastal band and employment to engage and education to engagement thing, to employment. And different other organizations, our counselors, so that we can align efforts. Because unless everybody's working towards the same goals and we have very clear metrics that is tracking the different students, right? So that we can get those kinds of incentives, we are not gonna know where are we missing the ball, right? And so we did discover that in our conversations with them, and so that will be part of the reorganization that we're going to engage in the high school.
I think we're in agreement, because we did support it. This is second, third, fourth year, I think it is. But we're investing, and we invested to try to get something back. And especially the way our finances are looking now, it's something that we haven't seen anything come back. Numbers look great, but there's nothing coming back to the bank.
Do we know what the cost was last year? The same. Okay, and it references, I know that when we started the program, we only had one advisor, now we have two. That doesn't matter, that y'all figured that out on your end, okay.
If I can speak for just a second.
And don't get me wrong, y'all are doing an amazing job, and it is taking a burden off the back of some other people that were completely overburdened.
And I understand what your questions are, just because having been in education and I kind of understand, and our numbers look great, and I understand what you're asking. So when you're talking about outcomes bonus, and if y'all don't mind, I mean, you can take me out and drag me out the back. But you're talking about outcomes bonus, and I understand what you're saying, where we've got great numbers, but we're not seeing money come in. Outcomes bonus is tied to TSI, and we're not the testing gurus. I mean, I there's a lot to that. And you're talking about thresholds. The threshold for TSI is 11% for low socioeconomic. So after 11% of your low socioeconomic students have passed, they have to pass ELAR and math. So after that 11% have passed, you start earning $5,000 for every student that passes the subjects, okay? It's 24% for your non-socioeconomic. Okay, so after 24% of your non-socioeconomic pass, you earn $3,000. That makes sense? Okay, so that's where the money comes in. If you are special ed, there's no threshold. So any of your special ed students that pass, you get that money, all right? And so that's where the money comes in. So we could get 100% on any of our pieces and parts that we want, and we can work hard for that. But if TSI is not happening, we can't bring in the funds. I mean, that's just bottom line. And so just being very honest, and, you know, I could stand up here and tattle, you know, and say, oh, we can bring it all in, we can bring it all in. But TSI is what's going to hold that funding. You know, CCMR accountability is one thing, but when you're talking about funds coming in and outcomes bonus, that's where it lies. So.
I was going to just say, coming from a higher ed perspective, you know, TSIA is, you know, I say it's an epidemic across the state.
Everybody's suffering.
Yeah, that we have a tremendous amount of developmental courses that we have to offer in the community college, and I'm sure at the universities as well. You know, that's one of the biggest issues, because, you know, school districts are forced to teach to a test, and they don't teach students how to be college students anymore. And we struggle with that. You know, they're coming in, they don't write tremendously well, they have issues with math. So I don't necessarily put, you know, the blame on any one particular thing. I just think it's an issue across the state. You know, we see that everywhere. And from the higher ed perspective, when you look at our developmental courses, there's a bunch of course offerings that don't work. So
I think even if there were no dollars, if there were no bonuses involved, the fact that we have that number of seniors ready to move to the next step speaks volumes for this program. And I recommend that we approve the MOU as presented.
Dr. Welch, how is this, are we paid the 80,000? Is it just one-time payment, Dr. Pitts?
It's monthly.
Monthly?
I'll second what Ryan said.
Okay.
all right, so I don't know if you had more, Dr. Rose, but can we take it to a vote, or do you have more to add?
No, sir. I only have good things to add, but I think you've heard them all and seen them all,
Okay.
so we can go to vote.
All right, so we have a motion made by Brian Kufal to accept the MOU between Kingsville Independent School District and Education to Employment Partners. And we have a second by David Garcia. By roll call vote, Joe Mireles,
Yes.
Brian Kufal,
Yes.
Martin Chapa,
Yes.
David Garcia,
Yes.
Jacob Perez,
Yes.
Delma Salinas,
Yes.
and Joseph Ruiz, yes. Motion carries 7-0. We now move on to item 7D, discussion of possible action regarding the interlocal agreement between Kingsville ISD and the city of Kingsville regarding paving services. Yay! Finally.
Yes, sir, I know you've asked about this. So this is going to be an update, and discussion. We will hopefully be ready to take action on June the 2nd. So right now, this morning, we were actually over at the high school and we were looking at the different areas. So there are a couple of things that need to be done. First of all, there's a few areas that are very bad that need to be reconstructed. We are talking about the area along the tennis courts, all the way, that whole strip all the way across. That needs to be completely torn out and reconstructed from the bottom up. There's another section between the main building and the Fine Arts building that kind of pools with water right there. That area needs to be reconstructed as well. And then there's one more section that is kind of between the domes and the vocational building, right where the concrete comes off. There's a section over there that needs to be reconstructed at all. Those are the three highest priority areas that need to be done no matter what. We are very confident, they're gonna get numbers from me this next week, but we're very confident that within the $400,000 budget that the board has set up at the beginning of the year for this project, that they can get all those reconstruction done. We can also do some repaving of some of the other areas, but there is not enough money to resurface the whole parking lot, including going all the way to the Fine Arts building, but they're going to get us some partial numbers if we wanted to resurface part of it. For instance, the high traffic area that is on the north side of the building that goes from the main building all the way to the Fine Arts building and all the way out the back. We might have enough money within the $400,000 budget to resurface all that. We probably will not have enough money to resurface the whole parking lot in the back, but at least within the budget, we will have enough money to repair those areas that are of highest need. And we are also working on the interlocal agreement with the city. So they have already competitively bid services for both the materials and for the paving services. And we are able to enter an interlocal agreement with them to not only take advantage of their competitive bids, but also to take advantage of their volume pricing, because since the city does many different projects, they are able to get a better bid on materials and a better bid on the labor as well. I'll take any questions that you have. Oh, timeline. So let's talk timeline. The project will take approximately a month, let's say 4 to 5 weeks from beginning to end. So the goal is to bring something to the board on June the 2nd, then we'll have numbers and we'll have the finalized interlocal agreement. Then they will be taking something, the interlocal, probably around the 10th or 11th of June to their board. Then we can start the process right at the middle of June. And again, it'll take 4 to 5 weeks. So we're hoping by July 15th to 20th, the project should be complete, which will be plenty of time because this year, school doesn't start till August the 24th. So it should be finished with plenty of time before the new school year. And I guess it's just kind of part of that, but the tennis courts probably are gonna start the first or second week of June that the boards are. Any questions?
Dr. Miss, just, let's do it right, okay? Let's not cut corners, okay? Because we don't want to have this expense. And we've got the first rainfall that comes and then we've got potholes again. All right, so just do it right. Trying to make sure these guys, whoever it is using good material and doing quality work on that.
Yes, sir, you're right, Mr. Garcia. In the past, we've tried to do some patch jobs and the holes come right back. So that's why in those areas, they're gonna do a complete reconstruction of that area, and that will solve the problem.
We'll have our city engineers 100% involved in this.
Yes, the city is gonna be involved with this. The interlocal that you see brought on June the 2nd, I've been talking directly with Charlie Sosa, and they're gonna be directly involved with it.
As long as we get that white pad down there, because after a few turns in that, we go back to potholes.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure they'll be all right.
It really, really looks bad, the back parking lot. It was there when I was going to school. And we're talking years back, I'm not gonna say the year, but, in this patchwork, I understand we don't have the funds, but But I wish that we could just do it all at once and do it the right way. Because we have a beautiful school, we have a beautiful, the domes, we go to these functions and we're driving through all of that. And I'm not putting the blame on anybody, but that's part of the campus, whether we like it or not, you know, and I'm just hoping that one day we can just get it done all at once or just get it done right. Thank you.
Yes, sir, and I will have the city here along with me on June the 2nd when we bring everything to you. We'll bring the maps and everything.
Any other questions from the board? Okay, hearing none, do I have a motion to accept the interlocal?
I'm sorry, we're not ready for the interlocal yet. We will bring it on the 2nd.
Okay, very good. So then, no action. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So we now move on to item number 8, closed session. The board will enter into closed session according to Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.071 and 551.074 to deliberate and consider the following. Item 8A, consider and deliberate regarding the resignation of contracted administrators. Item 8B, consider and deliberate regarding the employment of contracted personnel. And item 8C, consultation with legal counsel regarding legal and personal matters. No action will be taken until we return to open session. We are entering into closed session at 6:51 p.m. So we now may return to open session and take necessary action on matters which the board may discuss in open session and upon which action may be taken. We're returning to open session at 8:03 PM. So item 9A, discussion of possible action regarding the resignation of contracted administrators. Is there a motion to accept the resignation of contracted administrators?
So moved.
Motion made by Joe Mireles, second by Delma Salinas. By roll call vote, Joe Mireles, Brian Kufal,
Yes.
Martin Chapa,
Yes.
David Garcia,
Yes.
Jacob Perez. Yes. Delma Salinas
Yes.
and Joseph Reese, yes. Motion carries 7-0.
President Ruiz and members of the board, if I may interject a few comments. I would like to publicly thank Dr. Holt. She will be retiring from the district, and she's been with the district for 5 years, I believe. And she's one of those rare employees that is gifted in many areas. Very rarely do you find a human resources person that is gifted in curriculum and instruction that understand how the two are pieced together. So our deepest gratitude to Dr. Holt for all the work that she has done for the district, for the support that she has provided all employees and staff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. Holt. I also would like to publicly recognize Ms. Nava. She was our Executive Director of Support Services. And although she was with the district for a short while, she also has our deepest appreciation and gratitude, because there's people that come and they get busy and they do the work, and they're quiet, but they're mighty. And so, Ms. Nava, thank you for your impactful work. We wish you the best, and we thank you for your service to Kingsville ISD. Next, I know that we don't have Principal De Leon here, but Principal De Leon will also be leading the district, and I know that Dr. De Leon has provided great support to the Perez students, staff, and families. I know I was always very impressed with all the activities and how she was able to gather a lot of community support at Perez Elementary. So our deepest appreciation also to Dr. De Leon, and we wish her the best. Next on our list, and I don't see him either here, Dr. Sandoval. He has been with the district for 12 years, and my understanding is that he has served in multiple capacities, substitute teacher, an administrator, AP, assistant principal, executive director, school improvement, assistant superintendent for support programs, and most recently, he served as the interim principal at Gillette. And so we thank him as he moves on to a different position in another district, and he also has our gratitude and deep appreciation for the work that he did. And next, I would like to also, not retirement, but I will also publicly, I will also like to publicly recognize and show appreciation to Dr. Welch, because he stepped out of his comfort zone and is serving as the interim principal of the high school, and Dr. Arnold at Harvey Elementary, and they are members of the district administration, and they have done a superb job in keeping these campuses going. And so thank you, Dr. Welch, and thank you, Dr. Arnold, for serving as interim principals for campuses. And that is all that I have.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez.
Mr. President, if I could also add to that, Dr. Martinez, Coach Gutierrez, thank you for stepping up as well. You know, we know we had a little lapse of leadership there during our transition there in the athletic department. And I want to thank you, Coach, coached my daughter in high school, and we stayed good friends. And we're here to serve you in any way as we can. But thank you for taking the step to fill those shoes for us.
Thank you, Coach. We now move on to item 9B, discussion and possible action regarding employment of a contracted personnel. Is there a motion to accept the recommendation from the board to hire contracted personnel?
So moved.
Motion made by Jake Perez.
Second.
Okay. David is first, motion made by David, second by David Garcia. By roll call vote, Joe Mireles.
Yes.
Brian Kufal.
Yes.
Martin Chapa.
Yes.
David Garcia.
Yes.
Jacob Perez.
Yes.
Delma Salinas.
Yes.
And Joseph Reese, yes. Motion carries 7-0.
At this point, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome to the district officially our new athletic director, Mr. Marcus Graham, and his family. We're very excited to have you in our districts, and we're looking forward to great things happening in the athletic program. And again, Coach Dino Gutierrez, thank you so much for stepping in and taking care of the athletic program where we found the athletic director. So welcome to our team. I will also like to publicly welcome 3 brand new principals to the district. We will have a brand new principal for the high school, Ms. Desiree Stubblefield. For the middle school, it will be Dr. Oliva, and for the elementary schools, it will be Ms. Melissa Carroll. So we're really excited to bring in them on board, and we're gonna send information to the press with their bios and pictures and make sure that everybody's sent forth. So looking forward to welcoming them.
Welcome, Coach Graham, and I'm looking forward to Monday Night Football. I'd like to be a part of that. Please, I love that. I want to be there. So we move on to now item 9C, discussion and possible action regarding legal and personnel matters. There being no action needed, we move on to, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting? Motion made by Delma Salinas, second by Joe Mireles. All those in favor say aye. Aye. So, meeting is adjourned at 8:12 p.m.